Welcome to US Movie Recaps. In today's video, we will be enjoying a horror fantasy film, Vampire Hunter Bloodlust. There will be spoilers ahead, chill out and enjoy. Young Charlotte is taken hostage by Baron Meier Link, a vampire nobleman with a history for not harming humans needlessly. John Elbaum, Charlotte's father, hires a Vampire, a person who is half human and half vampire. He employs a Vampire to find Charlotte and rescue her, or to kill her mercifully if she's been transformed into a vampire. He promises a down payment of $500,000 and a possible final payment of $10 million. Agrees to look for Charlotte but demands that Elburn double the cash. Alan Elburn, Charlotte's older brother, hires a different team of vampire hunters at the same time. The notorious Markus brothers, commanded by the enormous Nolt, a blade master by the name of Kyle, a psychic with physical disabilities by the name of Grove, and a woman by the name of Layla who hunts vampires for sentimental rather than financial purposes. The vampire hunting group encounters a wave of vampires on their way to see the noble vampire, and they end up murdering all of them. Encounters the vampire hunters on their journey and introduces them to one another. As gives them his name before leaving, Borgoff claims that he is the renowned vampire hunter who is unfailing in his work. He is asked by one of the group's members not to compliment because he opposes them. Advises himself to complete the task swiftly because the Markus brothers might cause him difficulties. When is traveling through the desert the next morning, he sits on his knees and checks the path with his hand, which has a face and a mouth on it and can tell things. His hand informs him that 6 hours ago, the vampire and Charlotte traveled along the same path. Then, he observes movement in the sand and a swarm of giant sand mantas arrive. His hand warns him not to walk that way because the mantas would not stop anytime soon, but does not care. Arrives at Meier Link's lair in the late afternoon and evades every assault. When the sun is near to set, Leela from the Markus brothers gang shows up and is beaten by Meier Link's chariot. Climbs onto the nobleman's carriage and starts to fight with him, but he backs down when he hears Charlotte calling for the vampire. Meier Link is being chased by the two parties, and the Markus brothers. Meier Link, on the other side, employs a gang of deadly mercenary bodyguards known as the Mutant Barbarois. Benj is a shadow puppeteer, Makira is a werewolf, and Caroline is a shapeshifter. Barbarois, a mutant, murders Nolt, one of the Markus brothers, while Layla, Kyle, and Borgoff keep on looking for Charlotte. Goes to the Barbarois' residence to recruit them to assist him in freeing the girl, but they warn him that they have been faithful to the nobles for a long time and will not betray them. Despite the fact that one of the Markus brothers shows up and kills numerous Barbarois, the three Barbarois that the noble vampire hired manage to escape with the carriage while being pursued by The Markus brothers must combat the Barbarois to defend Kyle after he is tossed out of the car. They visit a town in the morning, and as goes to buy a horse for himself, one of the Markus brothers requests that Layla go speak to the sheriff in the bar. She informs the sheriff of whereabouts. is not permitted in town because he is a Vampire, nor are any nobles, therefore the sheriff goes to arrest When the sheriff is going to shoot the old man selling horses aims a gun at sheriff and informs him that saved him many years ago and that he owes him a great debt. As the plot develops, and Layla meet Charlotte, who explains that Meier Link didn't actually kidnap Charlotte as it first appeared and that she voluntarily fled with him as her boyfriend. Despite the fact that Charlotte is a human and Link is a vampire, Charlotte is justified to worry that nobody will accept their relationship. Layla wants Charlotte to return and says it's silly to be with a noble, but before she can take Charlotte with her, the Barbarois attack her and flees with Charlotte. Manages to overcome the shapeshifter while suffering from sun fever and finding it difficult to breathe, and now he is searching for a place to bury himself in the ground to recover. Layla assists in burying the man because he is too weak to do it alone. As she prepares to leave, the shapeshifter attacks her once more while taking the form of a tree, but this time lightning destroys the tree, saving Layla. Finds Layla next to him when he regains consciousness, and they decide to look for Charlotte together. Layla tells that she hunts vampires because a vampire killed her mother during their search and after both characters save one another from seeming death at different periods. Explains to her that as a Vampire, he must hunt vampires in order to survive, and that she has the opportunity to live a life that a person like him could never have, a life as an ordinary human. Because she took her own life as a vampire hunter rather than as a regular human, Layla is concerned that no one would grieve her passing. She strikes an agreement with that whoever survives will bring flowers to the other person's tomb. The Markus brothers ambush the Meier Link carriage as it is traveling to the Chaith Castle. The noble vampire emerges in the sunshine to save Charlotte as the Markus brothers are capturing her. The sight of a noble appearing in the sunlight for a human genuinely shocks them all. When she notices her sweetheart being attacked, she breaks free of the Markus brothers' hands and rushes to give him a hug. She assures him that she won't ever abandon him. Kyle is killed by one of the Barbarois who strikes the brothers from behind. Following all of this, Dee is shown speaking to the figure on his hand and letting him know that he is aware of the reason why he does not want the noble and Charlotte to be together, which is that if they do, their future children will resemble him. Barbarois' werewolf attacks Dee but is repulsed and killed by him. Just before passing away, he declares that no Barbarois would ever betray their clients. Meier Link drives Charlotte in his carriage to the castle of Chaith, where Countess Carmilla, Meier Link's mother, is waiting for them. Back when vampires were all-powerful and unbeatable, Carmilla, a long-dead vampire's spirit, ruled over the castle of Chaith. The ancient and noble vampire king who is Dee's father, however, was so repulsed by her bloodlust that he killed her. Meier Link and Charlotte will journey aboard a gigantic, ancient spaceship-like craft hidden beneath the castle of Chaith to the City of the Night, where they will be free to love each other, as Carmilla promises to them. According to Carmilla, similar ships were typically concealed under ancient castles, and during the vampire era, vampires frequently used these ships to go to far-off places. Carmilla notes the ship's age and the fact that it hasn't flown in a while, and she wonders if it will sail safely, but Meier Link and Charlotte are free to take that chance if they want to. As they arrive, Carmilla sets the room up for them, and Charlotte asks Meier to bite her and convert her into a vampire. Meier hesitates before turning her, asking her to comprehend what it's like to live forever, how he feels bad about everything, how he gets savage and animal-like, and how he does not want her to suffer as much as he does. Meier Link is followed individually to the castle of Chaith by Dee and the surviving Markus brothers. Moreover, Carmilla plays mind games with them when they explore the castle in search of Charlotte. For example, Nolt and Kyle, the Markus brothers' deceased members, are shown to Borgoff to have been revived. In his shocked and ecstatic state, Borgoff is likewise killed by Carmilla's spirit, and it turns out that Nolt and Kyle never came back to life at all. Layla is the only one of the Markus brothers left, and she is still looking for Charlotte inside the castle. Carmilla tricks Dee into seeing a vision of his mother, who apologizes to him for giving birth to him as a Dhampir and says she couldn't help it because she was in love with Dee's vampire father as a human. She also tries to explain that humans may fall in love with vampires. Dee uses his sword to end this image of his mother, and things get back to normal. In a surprising turn of events, Carmilla turns on Meier Link and Charlotte. Carmilla had actually intended to murder Charlotte because she believed that she required virgin blood to shed her phantom, ethereal form and resurrect. Just as Carmilla is carrying out the ceremony and drawing blood from Charlotte, Dee eliminates her spirit. Meier Link opposes Dee taking Charlotte away from him, thus Meier Link fights Dee in combat as part of Dee's ongoing determination to bring Charlotte safely home. Dee wounds Meier Link but leaves him alive by using his sword to stab him in the chest rather than the heart. Charlotte passed away as a result of the ritual that Carmilla had been doing before to their encounter, and Dee removes the ring from her finger as evidence of her demise to send back to Elburn as he puts an end to his fight with Meier Link. Dee and Layla leave the castle of Chaith, enabling Meier Link to take Charlotte's body and the ship from the castle of Chaith to the City of the Night. Layla laughs that the award is actually hers, but she'll give it to Dee this time as they agree to go back into town on Dee's horse. They watch in the distance as Meier Link and Charlotte's body board the ship that is hidden beneath the castle and fly out. In the movie's climactic moment, Dee shows up for Layla's burial and stands back to observe her loved ones as they grieve. Several decades have gone by since all of the past events, as a little girl shown to be Layla's granddaughter comes and meets Dee, inviting him to spend some time with her family. Dee rejects and says he came to a favor for a long-time friend who feared no one would grieve her passing. Dee acknowledges that he felt relieved that she was wrong. The little girl thanks him, and Dee gives her a soft smile before leaving. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel to get notified whenever we publish the next recap. Till then, take care. See you next time.